3400 soldier. Drop any nigga say I owe one. Pull up in a Benz or a Beamer, maybe Rover. Niggas can't get right, then they get left and get left over. Came through like October. Halloween left no fiend sober. Jugging in my 23s in transition to loafers. You know I'm chillin', but I smoke that dank cane with the odor. And fuck your couch, Rick James Chappelle with your sofa. Because that bitch, she always wanna fuss and cause commotion. And you know that I came with that purple pink, that potion. I got these bitches wavy, goddamn wavy like the ocean. And I don't need nobody tryna say they took my notion. Because I'm on my job, I get them bands, ho, that's my notion. You know a nigga always get it groovy, get that motion. I always get these little bitches in they motion. And I don't need these little hoes tryna get no lotion. Cause when it come down to it, I'm gon' bust on them like lotion. You know, young, funny figure roll, finger rolling. How I'm ballin' off the bench, yeah, you know I get the golden. And I got these bitches out making clothes for me, they sewing. And I'm pulling out all these little ebony sewing. Little stripper bitch gon' fuck with me and get the blowing. And I don't pull up, but I seen your whip got towing. And when I ball, little bitch, free throws don't get throwing. I'll be throwing threes, 3400, that's my knowing. And my kinfolk, little bro, yeah, my woe get going. And we vroom vroom, yeah, that's that ungold shit. Get knowing, get to know lil hoe, and you just won't be known it. I just want the bands and the guap, so we gon' stay focused. Lil bitch, I know that these niggas hatin', they so bogus. I don't give a fuck, because you know I'm gon' get the lotus. And these niggas fake it in a hoax, and a hocus pocus. I'm gon' stay 1,000, lil hoe, I'm gon' stay golden.
What up, everybody? It's Troublemaker for BYNKRadio.com. We got another artist spotlight. We got 860 in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
How you been?
Shit, good, man. Just working. I actually just got done working on some beats before we even started the interview, so I'm just working like every day.
And like, so for people who like aren't really familiar with your work, I'm sure a lot of people have heard it, but they aren't aware that it's you. You produce and you rap, right?
Yeah. I was producing first for a little bit, probably like 9th, 10th grade. I was rapping and stuff, and then I started producing just to like learn how to make beats or whatever, because I thought that shit was dope. So I was like, bet I'm gonna learn how to make beats. But then I started like dabbing into rap like a little bit, and I was like, yo, this shit's kind of dope too. And my boy, he started making beats. He had just learned how to make beats. He was messing with FL Studio, so I was like, all right, that's cool. Like, you know, I just wanted to learn how to rap, and you making beats, so that's kind of dope. Like, I'll just rap on yours, you know, since we like cool. So I told him I just rap on his. But then like one day, I don't know, he started like charging for beats, and he was like, yeah, man, just let me know like if you want to rap on them still, like just give me so and so amount of dollars, and like we keep doing it. And I'm like, damn, what? Like I've been rapping on your beats forever. So I was like, you know, I'm like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Like now you want me to pay. So ever since then, I just like, you know what, let me go back to learning it again. So I kind of just stuck with that ever since.
Okay. So which do you like better, producing or rapping?
Definitely producing. My rapping is just like, I just like, not even on no cocky shit. I just do it because I can. But other than that, I'd rather produce. I'd rather see my name like next to songs saying that I made the instrumental behind it than like as opposed to being like a feature on somebody else's song.
Okay. So, I mean, because a lot of producers do get into rapping, and some of them don't, but some of them do. But like, why do you feel like that's kind of a natural progression for like a lot of producers?
I don't know. I feel like either we can't find rappers to get on our beat sometimes, or even just like experimenting. Because like as a producer, you listen to a lot of music. Like I listen to a lot of music. Like I run through albums and mixtapes like they're nothing. Like and wait for new music to come out every day. So like for producers, I would say if I had to say why we started rapping, probably just out of interest, honestly, just like out of curiosity to see if we could do this shit. And that was just like me, you know, like just liking rappers and having a favorite rapper. You kind of like, like I could do this, like, and I already got the beats because I'm a producer, so you know, why not let me just try to do it? But I've always loved rapping, down to like freestyling in school, or if I'm in the car with my boys, anything like that. So I think it's just out of curiosity, and then if we can actually do it, we'll probably just stick with it for a little bit.
Okay. So, I mean, and a lot of producers, like I noticed this too, like when I'm talking to them or when I'm like looking at these guys on the internet, a lot of them, like they listen to a lot of different music. So one thing I've always been curious about is like, you know, with production, how do you keep other sounds from polluting your sound? You know what I'm saying? Since you listen to so much music, how do you keep your sound from sounding like someone else's? As
with that, man, I don't even know. To stay away from sounding like anybody else, like where I'm from, we got like a lot of people that like want to rap and a lot of people that want to produce, but like we're kind of like a small state and we don't really get heard like that, you know, other than like, you know, Anoyd that like you already, you know, did the interview with, other than like him and I forgot what's his name. Oh man, he's another rapper from here. I think he's from like New Haven, but you know, other than them, we just like we all try to come up with our own sound. And if I had to like try to make myself differentiate from that, I'll listen to a bunch of music to know, you know, what's already going on and what can I do different. So when I'm listening to music, I'm kind of just, you know, all right, that style's tight, or like I'll even mix them, you know, put them all in one, or even just give one song like all those different flavors, all the genres I listen to. So if I'm trying to stay like away from the sound, make myself different, I either come up with a new flow or think of all the flows I listen to and think like, you know, how can I put those together, or how can I, you know, make those mine if I switch them up a little bit, you know? So if I had to try to stay away from it, it'd probably just be like either putting them together or, you know, just completely going left based on, you know, how my city has me feeling.
Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit, man. Like you from Connecticut, like that's where you based, right?
Yeah.
When I was talking to Anoyd, because I had him on, like you stated, he said like one of the things about Connecticut is like, at least from a national standpoint, like because New York and Jersey are like so close, like Connecticut gets overshadowed a lot of the time, you know. So
yeah.
Has like being in Connecticut, I know your sound is like more like a national type of sound. Like how has growing up in Connecticut like affected like how you produce or how you rap?
And growing up over here, you like just hearing everybody's music, and you know, a lot of people not really either making it out or even, you know, getting the air to get people to listen to them, or it's just like it's hard to get people to listen to. And like over here, you don't really get so many people trying to either work with you or trying to support you. So I would say if Connecticut has affected me in like any way making music wise, it's just been to like, you know, that saying where everybody's like, you know, if you want to get something done, you got to do it yourself. Like, so that's been my attitude, you know, growing up over here. That's made me just be like, you know, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to produce, if I'm going to rap, like all I got is me. So, you know, if I got to learn the program, learn how to produce, you know, I got to do it because, you know, no one else is going to show me. So it kind of makes you go harder, you know, because everybody feels like it's either hard to get out or you can't get out, or just because, like you said, it's so small and a lot of people don't really like to support each other. So Connecticut just push you to actually be your own individual and like branch out more. Like it almost kind of helps you socialize a little bit better because you want to leave and you want other people to hear you other than your state, you know. So it probably is, I'll probably say out of all, it probably just makes you go a little bit harder, man, honestly, so people can hear you.
Yeah, I think it's cool, like the way like you just talked about some of the difficulties in working there, like the way you just flip that into, you know, energy for building more success for yourself. I think that's a dope attitude to have.
Exactly, you got to, man, because, you know, the fans or, you know, the people around you, they won't really do it unless, like, they're doing it themselves or they're a close friend of yours. Like, I got, like, a lot of close friends. Like, they help me promote my music and share it, and, you know, so those are the people I'm with, like, every day. But other than that, you got to go hard, man. That's the only way you're going to actually get out or, you know, get yourself known. You got to put in the work. If there's no work put in, like, being from here, you're going to take a loss.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like that's life in general. Like, you gotta go hard if you want to be successful. You can't be lazy.
Exactly.
But so, I mean, Anoyd was like saying the same kind of things. Like, I find it kind of weird that like a state like Connecticut, which, you know, doesn't have a national type of music scene, you know, it doesn't have like, you know, any music like headquartered there or anything like that. Like, I think it's interesting that like it's that kind of scene, but everybody's super cliquish. You know what I'm saying? You would think everybody would try to work together to big everybody else up.
That's what I was about to say. That's what you would think, man. But like I said, unless you grew up with that person or you knew them from like 5th grade or high school or even like sandbox days, like if it's not like that, then you probably better off just doing it yourself, because it's more so than like the way I see it, and not even to be like shady like with my city, but everyone's competition over here, man. I try to work with people, but then you start realizing some people are not into it like as much as you are, and then you know, you just can't really like, you can't cope with it. You don't really relate to a lot of the people over here unless they're going like real hard with their music. And I always tell artists that, like, before I make beats with them or before I do a feature with them, I let them know, like, right ahead. I'd be like, yo, like, I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing, but like, if you really don't take your music serious, like, it's probably not gonna work. Cause like, I can't, like, you got to be 100% like me, or I can't even really make the move. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, you got to have like a close friend group, just like a strong support system, or, you know, or other than that, you're probably on your own. You just got to figure it out yourself.
Yeah. I think like maybe it's because of the ease of access to call yourself a rapper or a producer these days. Like, all you really need, a lot of people, is just a laptop, you know, so everybody claims that that's what they do, but, you know, they don't put the work in, man.
Exactly. Never lie. So many people like that over here. They just, you know, they start off on one track and one beat, then they like jump to selling. Like, a lot of people are like rushed over here, you know, because it is such a small state and it is really hard to get out. So when a lot of people do it, they either go about it the wrong way or go about it a little too fast without, you know, without taking the actual steps, you know, to put in the work and get there. Like, I didn't get to a lot of places I've been to, like, almost this year, like early last year, not even. So it's been like a long way to where I even got now.
Yeah. I mean, like, looks like local radio is definitely supporting Anoyd heavy. So, like, would you say that the local radio stations like have y'all back?
Yeah. Oh, definitely, man. Because that's the one thing I'll say I like about us. So even though we don't get that exposure, like if you're starting off small or you're like just an indie artist, the radio stations over here, or, you know, the people, you know, they'll big you up really hard just based on, you know, we are small. And so if someone does have talent, we definitely want to, like, you know, broadcast it out there to let other people know, like, you can't sleep on Connecticut but for so long, you know what I'm saying? So whenever there is someone that does have like actual talent, or they're doing something good or positive, you know, we try to let everybody know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I definitely say if you are making a move and it's good and you got a following and the whole city's behind you, you know, and they're actually like fucking with what you're doing, then yeah, no, we'll definitely support you. But you got to get everybody on the right track and put in the work to even have that happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to front, man. I'm not going to act like, you know, I was with you from the beginning. Like, the way I heard about you was through Carrington Cash. And, like, you know, I was listening to a lot of his music, and you were all over a lot of his music. I'm like, so who is this guy? So how'd you link up with him?
Definitely. It was one of those things where you're on SoundCloud and you're just kind of listening to a bunch of different rappers. Well, like, I'm just listening to the music I'm listening to every day. And, like, I run across him. So I'm like, listen, I'm like, dang, I'm like, I don't got mad views. I'm like, he definitely not from here. So I'm always up to, like, finding new artists, whether, like, I don't really like the sound or, you know, like I said, I listen to a lot of music to either just gather ideas or just be dabbed into, like, what's going on. So I clicked on, like, his music, heard the Black Bill Gates. That was, like, already booming by the time I listened to it. I was like, damn, like, I'm like, this shit's tight. Listened to, like, I think I want to say it's like Sega or something like that. He's like has it like on every song, and I like songs like that particularly don't have a chorus sometimes, and that's what he was doing at the time. There was just like a bunch of songs he had out that were just like straight verses, and he was just like eating them on. I'm like, yo, nobody over here knows who this is. So like I said, you know how I said my city's small, and if you really want to make a move, you kind of got to get out of here. I've seen that as a way, you know, he's from where I thought like, you know, Los Angeles at the time, but he's actually from San Diego. So I'm like, you know, let me hit up dude, you know, see if he's down to work. Cause like I mess with the music. So I'm like, you know, I'll throw you some beats or whatever. I usually try to like charge people, you know, get my money's worth and stuff. But I was like, if I really mess with an artist, you know, I just fuck with them genuinely, and, you know, I just get that working. So it's kind of just like I ran across him type of thing, hit him up. He's like, yeah, man, I'm down to work. And I'm like, all right, bet, like, you know, the city don't know nothing about him. So if I could do that, put us together, then they'll know about me and him, you know? So, yeah, it's just one of those, like, going around and you follow new rappers, and I kind of just stuck with him, though. That's like, bro, now he's crazy.
Yeah. He's really impressed with you. He's bigging you up heavy. Like, actually, when I was talking to him, like, for our interview, you had FaceTimed in and started talking to him, like, right before the interview started.
Word?
Yeah, because like a lot of producers, they'll be like, I produce for such and such, you know, I made this beat for him, and you like, you know, you go do the research and come to find out like, okay, you just bought a beat from him, but it seemed like y'all have like a real working relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, we're mad tight. Like even for that FaceTime thing, I'm pretty sure like I either just FaceTimed him or he just FaceTimed me, but he'll call like randomly, like, and it's crazy because like I said, I only hit him up on like some music shit, but like we're actually like bros now. Like he'll call and just be like, yo, ugly, like send me some beats, and like I'll be like, all right, fuck you, nigga, like I got you. Like, so it, you know, shit gets like that, and that's how it's supposed to be too, you know. You like to have like the one home or like in-home producer or like out-of-town producer, and I flew out there, you know. I was in Arizona for a little bit, and then I had hit him up because I know that I was like pretty close. My cousin was saying it was like 6 hours away. He's like probably like 4, like the way I drive. So he's like, yeah, we could go down there. So I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm on the west right now. Like I'm pretty close. Like if you're trying to link up. So we linked up, worked on a video, and you know my girl's working on that, so that should be coming out pretty soon. And that's to the 1 or 3. So yeah, that's pretty much, bro. Like I said.
Okay. Hey, so speaking of that, man, like when is his project dropping? Do you know? Like, because I know you're gonna be producing on it. Like I've been trying to hit him up about that, and the people need the project.
Yeah, that man, you know, honestly, but either you probably know for I do, or you know, vice versa. But he really doesn't like to stick to like one thing, like not even like talking like sound wise, but more so he just he wants to get it done before anything. He doesn't really want to put a date on it if he has like more ideas coming out or he needs different types of beats. So like I'll talk to him back to back. We'll FaceTime like all the time. Like last time, probably like a month or 2 ago, I just sat on FaceTime with him for like 30 minutes to an hour and just made like 4 beats and send them over, because like he's really that person where you want to sit there and actually know what he wants or kind of get the sound down instead of just like send the beats and he'd be like, nah, I don't like that, send it back. So I'd say probably hopefully sometime mid this month, if not late this month, but I don't think anything later than that, you know, because we do got like a couple of snippets and stuff, so that should be coming out soon. I try to get a snippet from them, and then we can send it to you and you have to broadcast that.
Yeah.
But so hopefully like mid or late this month.
Okay, yeah, I hope so, man, because people ask for that like all the time. Like people have even asked me about it. Like, you know, do I know when the tape's dropping? It's like I'm not the artist, bro. It's like that's something you gotta ask him.
Yeah, he got fans, yo. His fans are like, he got some ride or die fans. So that's what I got. Like, I got like a lot of my inspiration from that too, because I'm like, dang, like I talk to him every day. Like he's not that hard to get in contact with. Like if you actually know him. So when you see his fans going crazy, you're just like, man, this is a regular dude, but they go crazy over him.
Yeah,
they do.
And one of the things that I like about you is like a lot of people. Let me back up. A lot of people think that or a lot of producers, I'll put it this way, like to me, there's a difference between somebody who makes beats and then somebody who actually produces a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, the production part actually requires a lot of collaboration and working with the artists and seeing what they want rather than just, sitting in your studio and just making a beat and sending it to them.
Yeah. You gotta be in tune with that, man. You gotta, even just like building relationships, like it's just like finding a regular job, when you going out to look for a job, if you don't got one, and people always tell you, it's all in the people, like you try to build those connections, and it's good because it's like, see, I hit him up probably like a year and some change ago, and look where he's at now. He's got like mad followers, he's got mad fans, the views on his songs, the videos are crazy, like, and I could have just came now and been like, this dude's big, but we're gonna be working forever because I already built that relationship. So it's good to build a relationship with either artists or just producers that you're working with. It's just better for both of you guys. There's no fake going on, especially because both of you guys have that 100% energy and all the things you do. So no, it's definitely good to build a relationship with artists.
Yeah, and one thing, like I always tell artists, something like I really believe in. Like, I can't name a single artist, like whether it's a legendary artist like Nas or somebody that's like just bubbling, like Anoyd level, like about to break out. Like, all of those guys have like a go-to producer, at least one or two. Anoyd got Ty Nitty and he's worked with you, but I think it's super critical that artists like have a go-to producer, somebody who already understands who they are and can craft a sound for them.
Yeah, exactly, because you can't lose that way. Honestly, that's how I always see it, and that's like I tell some of my artists that too. Like I'm trying to find different producers for them, because I got the little record label. I'm trying to start the A-Sound Records, and I got a couple artists on there. So I always try to tell them, like we're gonna find new producers and stuff for you guys to work with, but like them working with me, we kind of already know what we're doing, and that having that producer or that producer you've been working with for a long time, there's no losing there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys already have that bond and that chemistry, so you can't really tell when you're working with someone you've been working with forever.
Right. So let's talk about A-Sound, man. Like, what made you, like, a lot of producers do this, but a lot of them don't do it as early as you are right now. Like, what made you decide to start a label?
I don't, what it is, like, I always have like this big idea. Like, I have a big idea for everything, or I map out things early, and I just like to plan like ahead of time, and because I know where I want to be at. Like, I want to be in these big studios. I want to be working with the people I've been listening with forever. So I'm like, if I'm gonna think that way, I might as well start like acting like that, So when I thought of the record label, I was just like, like that'd be dope if I start something like for my city, something that someone hasn't already done, like not even like the little labels, like you see like Empire, or just like, those smaller labels. Like, I'm just like, let me just do like a fake one, like for me and my friends and stuff, and, see what I could do with it. So I started it, I think it's like, I don't remember the exact date. I got it like in the notes on my phone. I think I started like February 10th or like 2015 maybe. And I haven't really done much from like that beginning date, but I was like, I work with the same people all the time. So I'm like, if I could get like a collective of people to be with me, and work with me all the time, and I create like this, label, then I could spread it. I could start looking for new artists. I don't know, I got this thing going, like if you're trying to be a part of it. So, and I worked with the same people every day. Like, it's me, my close friend Supreme Kai, he's on.
Okay.
I got an artist named Lil Shawty. She was over my house every day. I actually, like, quote unquote, like, signed her first, because nothing's really like legal right now, and that's what I mean by like, I like to get a head start on everything. So even though it's not like a legal thing, it's good to just have that mindset of that that's what you want to do, or eventually you'll get to that, So I signed her first, just on some like, I'm gonna start this group soon, like if you want to be a part of it. And she's like, yeah, she's down to do it. So I got her. My boy SK, he would come through like all the time. Like when I was making beats, he kind of just like sit there, and I'd just be making mad beats, and I rap with other people. And he was like never rapping. Like, yo, get on the mic. Like, you're always trying to get that one feeling. Like, yo, just spit something real quick. He's like, nah, I don't rap. And then one day he came over, and we're like, yo, just do the song, like just rap. And he did it. Ever since then, he write verses like crazy. Like, I make beats. Probably like 10, 15 minutes, his verse already done, So I just, I gathered people, and I watched them before that, and I got two more. I got Two Phone Scoobs. I got Icy. He's from like close to my city, so he's not even like where I live. He's like in another town. But like I said, I like to expand and get different people. So all the artists I have in my group, they have like their own sound, or not even their own sound. They just cater to a different genre of music. So I got me producing. The girl, Lil Shorty, she's more on like the rapping side of things. And there's not many females in Connecticut that rap. So, you know, I got her for the rapping scene. A lot of people like to work with her due to the fact that she's a female. There's not that many females over here doing that. I got SK, he raps, but he also does a lot of R&B music too. So he does like a lot of like slow songs and, you know, dib and dab with the rap and put them together and create like a real nice sound. And I got Two Phone Scoop. He's more like, I want to say, like your Lil Yachty, like Lil Pump, just like that. Okay, just like that when you don't want to listen to serious music and you just kind of need to turn up, he's that, you know? Okay. So like, and then I got Icy, he's kind of almost on the same wave, but he already had a following by the time I got to him. So when I got to him, he already had like 1,000, like 10,000 views, like 17.K views. Like he was already, you know, up there. So I just, you know, I like to get a good variety of music. So, but right now we're currently looking for like producers and stuff because I'm the only one doing it. But, you know, if I can add other people, I'm thinking about adding more producers just to help me out.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that.
That's pretty much about it.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you were like looking to sign producers. So like in looking at producers, like what do you look for, you know, for A-Sound?
Man, looking for producers, I kind of want to look. What I'm looking for mainly is producers that can kind of cater to the artist's sound. So like when I'm not around, like, cause I do work like a regular job, like I work like in the mall and then I work like at another store next to the mall. But I just want to have a producer so that when I'm busy or they need beats and I'm not making beats for them, or, you know, I got something going on, that they could do that for them. So I'm like, yo, they hit me up and they're like, bro, like, you got some more beats you can send me over. I'll be like, nah, I'm busy, but, you know, hit up so-and-so and he probably got something that he's working on for you. So I'm kind of just looking for producers that can either cater to their sound or, you know, I find them unique and different. So like right now, the only person I kind of have in mind is Ty Dog, and he's from Southerton, and that's like 10 to 15 minutes like from where I live. And he kind of just hit me up on like, you know, I see you got like a label thing going on. I kind of want to join. So, you know, I told him like send a couple beats over, like we're listening to them, and we do like a group thing too. So he send the beats, I send them like in the group chat. I have all the artists listen to them. If they like them, you know, then we'll like talk back and forth about them, what they like, what they don't like. So I'm kind of just looking for producers that cater to the artist, or, you know, just have a good sound, you know, that kind of matches up. Hence, like the name 8 Sound Records. I'm doing that for my city. And it's just 8 because our area code is 860, and that's kind of where my name originates from. So I made it 8 Sound Records just because, you know, right now I'm starting with only the people from our city until, you know, we get bigger and we can add other people from, you know, different towns, different states. But I want to start from home with it.
Sure, man. That makes a lot of sense. You know, try to put the home team on if possible.
Exactly.
So your producer name's 860 now, but it used to be Young DGK. Like, why'd you change it?
Yeah, I had that. I don't know. I feel like I kind of just like grew out of that name, and I only had that just because like I was like into skateboarding like really big for like a long time. Like I was like a big like skateboarding fan, like just like the clothes, like the shoes, like all of that. Like I was just into it. And DGK, that was my favorite brand. Like everybody knows that, like Dirty Ghetto Kids. Yeah. So I had that. That was like my favorite skateboarding brand at the time. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna be doing the music thing, like the rapping and producing. I'm like, I gotta have like some type of name. And at the time, like those were the only like skateboards I was riding. Those were the only shirts, hats I was wearing. So I was like, you know, why not? Like Young DGK, like I'm thinking they're Dirty Ghetto Kids. I'm still young, like I haven't even grown up yet. I'm just like a young version of that. So I'm like, all right, let's make it Young DGK. But then one day I went to the studio, and my one of my old like engineers and stuff that used to record me, he's like, how you track say produced by Young DGK, produced by 860. He's like, but you're a young DJ kid. He's like, but you're the same dude. I'm like, you like kind of make sense right there. I'm like, is people gonna like seem it to be like two different people? And I left it like that just because, you know, I've seen like different examples of that. Like you got like Mac Miller making songs, but then his producer name is like Larry Fisherman. So I was like, you know, I'm fine with that. But then I started to realize like even my tag said A602, and I was like, you know what, I should probably like switch over just to, you know, not get people confused, and I, you know, start building my sound and like building an image for myself. So it was just more of like a maturing up thing, and I'm like, you know, it's time to switch over. I'll let go of that name like before, you know, I blow up. So I kind of just tried to do it early so you wouldn't really get lost on what I was doing. So it was just like a change just to play it safe for myself.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I kind of just grew out of it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I used to be into big skateboarding really big, so yeah, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure, so thanks for confirming that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, I think some rappers who produce, like, they try to keep that like on the low as something completely separate. So I think that's why like Mac Miller does that, because a lot of people don't even know he produces, because his in the liner notes in the credits it doesn't say produced by Mac Miller.
Exactly. Yeah, it says the Larry Fisherman. Yeah.
So, I was listening to the Planet of the Apes tape.
Yeah.
Did you produce that whole tape yourself?
I produced, what do we got? 4 tracks. I produced 2 through number 4. Like, and usually I would have did the whole thing just because I have like this weird, like, I don't even know what to call that. I just have like this plan in which where I feel like as long as I produce all my songs and all my records, like I have nothing to worry about. I had nothing to worry about. So as long as it's my beat, I recorded us and all of that, like I don't got to worry about like no legal shit and all that. So usually if I put a song out or you hear me or my artist do anything, it'll be like produced by me just to be safe, just in case it does blow up. You know, I want it to be all original and be all of us. But number 1, I don't even know, to be honest, who that one's produced by. It was kind of just the newer engineer we was working with. He kind of just introduced that beat to us and was like, he was like, you know, I think you guys would sound good on this. Like, you know, give it a listen. And we sat there, we kind of just vibed to it, and it was a pretty good beat. You know, we got some good ideas down to it. So I was like, yeah, you know, we'll do it. Like, I usually don't, but why, you know, pass up a good beat if we actually got a good idea and a vibe going to it. But yeah, 2 through 4 I produced on that tape. But number 1 is, you know, that was just one we ran through off of the email.
Yeah. Man, like my favorite joint off of there is Interlude. The way you flip that ATC sample, that la la la.
Yeah.
That shit was heat, dog.
Yeah.
Left wrist, right wrist, the shit still shine. Yo, bitch, my bitch, the bitch still mine.
Newbies, new sound, a whole new wave. Yo, bitch want me, she like my slave.
Your bitch on my balls, I bought MJ. Ace on records, you came too late.
Straight about the 8, now these niggas know it's snow flow. Hot beat cold, come the fuck all your hoes.
It goes around the world. Man, I just fucked your girl. Man, I just fucked your bitch. Oh man, I cut that check. Oh man, I cut your neck. If you disrespect it, I'm getting reckless. Smoking Cali, that shit is sketchy. Yo, bitch won't fuck me, her sister naked. Gold chains, bitch, I need that. Call me 8 racks, I need 10 racks. Give me pack, you won't get it back. If a nigga like, I'ma get him clapped.
I cannot fuck with you cannot fuck with me. This is the interlude, ball of like 23. But this be the tape of the 8. Make a nigga shake like his phone vibrate. Earthquake, first take like you on a 100 shake. Quick take with the 8, you ain't know but you late. Yeah, these niggas like steak and they fake. Gotta come out grass to see all the snakes. I need all of that vape on the yacht and crib. Take a bitch on a date, let me pay in her face. Tryna fake the new truck coming soon, just wait. Sonic is the word, now it's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, everybody loves that one. That was just like some out of the box shit. Like, you ever seen that video on Instagram, and those 3 kids got their blankets over their head and the song's playing and they're just kind of like bobbing their necks, and that song was playing in the background, and I'm like, yo, like that song, like for a pop song, like that song's actually really cold. Like that sample is crazy. So like I got that idea from there, and you know, like I said, being original from where we're from over here, you got to like step outside the box and do anything to make you stand out. So I was like, yeah, I don't think no one has messed with that sample like from over here. So I just ran with that one. But yeah, a lot of people like that track.
No, yeah, because that shit was hard. Like when I heard it, like everybody knows that song. Like even if you don't know the name of it, and I was like, all right, where's he going with this? And then the bass dropped into it, man. I was like, oh,
yeah, good mix today.
I
always try to do something different, make myself stand out, or just let people know where I'm coming from. Because I'm like real versatile with my beats. I don't really stick to like one sound. Because like I said, I listen to a lot of music, so that kind of always helps me out.
Yeah. So, I mean, with that though, like in listening to your music, at least on the production side, well, really both sides, but like really on the production, it doesn't seem like you do very much sampling. So, like, how do you feel about like sampling?
I actually, in the beginning and like even now, I do sample. I sample pretty often, but it'd kind of just be like if I really, really like that song. So like, when it comes to sampling for me, I would say I'd only do it if it's necessary, but more recently and just like in selling my beats and registering them with like BMI and all that, I've been like tapping in and making my own melodies just to be on the safe side of things, like, because people try to come for your money. Like you see that stuff like Pharrell and all that, like you try to, and I don't got time nor money for that. So I try to make a bunch of like my own melodies as I can, other than that, I will sample. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't know which J. Cole album that is, but where he's like spazzing on the end about like sampling and people don't let them go through and they won't play them. Like I feel the same way about that because, that's where people get a lot of their inspiration from. Like, how can you hold that like from us to be inspired by somebody else and, use that sound? I feel like that's what music is all about. Like you get inspired and, that gives you an idea to create something like nice of yourself, So sampling is cool with me. Like I love sampling just because my mom listens to like a lot of like old music, so I use like a lot of like R&B samples or just like some like 3 6 Mafia. I had like this weird period where I was just sampling like a lot of like Chinese traditional like instrumentals. Like so sampling is dope. Like I always sample, but just now for like legal reasons and stuff, I've been trying to like learn how to make my own melodies. I don't discriminate against sampling. It's always good to get inspired.
Yeah. I mean, like when I was younger, like I used to be a super purist about that kind of stuff. Like I was like, oh, somebody sampling, that's whack. And it's like, I guess for me, like the thing is, like, because everybody samples, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, how clever are you with it? Like, how much of it is a rip? Like, the samples I don't like is when somebody like basically rips an entire song and then they just like change a snare or like add a bass drum. And it's like, that's tracing, that's carbon copy kind of shit to me.
No, I'm glad you just said that and you brought that up because now I can like let for even like fans or people that are producing. So when I sample. And, I guess this could like help or whatever. I don't even know if it's like a secret or whatever. I'm just let it go. But, when I sample something, I'll only sample what they don't use. So like, when you hear a sample playing, say there's like a piano and then like some girl singing and she's like, or like, for example, say like the la, 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 and then like, do, 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 do. So like, if they actually drop the beat, and it's only like the la 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 la, or it's only the piano, whatever they don't use on the actual beat when they're singing or rapping or doing whatever they're doing, that's what I'll use. So I'll never use what's constant throughout that beat, because then I feel like, why am I doing it? They already made a beat to it. Like if it's playing and there's already hi-hats, claps, like 808s and kicks on it, that's just me remaking the beat with the same instruments, So like if they drop it and the bass drops, and it's not there anymore, and it doesn't play like throughout the rest of the song, and it was just like a bridge or an intro or outro to the song, then that's what I'll use. But I rarely do I sample what stays in the song, but you can like actually notice where it's from. Yeah. So that's like my little secret to producing.
Okay. I mean, like, and one of the things, like, for me, like, just going back to the sampling thing is like, I love Kanye's like old beats and stuff like that, but it was like, for me, it was like a love-hate relationship, because like you could tell, like people would know immediately what song it was he was using, but he would flip it, like, it would be completely different, and he kind of defined the sound that way. But, But one of the things I like that he did, like, you know, just showing growth, that wasn't his sound. You know, I feel like, you know, producers kind of getting, that's where they run into headaches and they run into problems and their sound gets like, you know, beat down.
Yeah.
Like you got guys like Just Blaze. I love Just Blaze, but like his sound got tired because he didn't change it very much. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you gotta be versatile. That's what I always tell myself, and that's where even you know, the people around you and your friends and like all the artists on my team, they kind of help me from not being that person. You know, they kind of, I'm not even gonna lie, like they'll help me stay relevant. You know, because I can make beats all day and they can sound the same or they can sound different. But if I got, you know, Lil Shorty, I got like SK coming to me and they're like, yo, like, did you hear this song? And they're like, yo, I think you should sample this, or you know, this is what I've been feeling lately. Like, then I'll tap into that sound. And you know, I've been like versatile. I could pretty much make whatever beat you ask me to make, but if I haven't heard of it, you know, I can't really tap into anything new. So that's where, you know, whatever team you're working with or the people you stay around, that's why you always got to be around like some positive or creative people or people that have like the same goal as you, because they'll help you in the long run, man. Like they help me change my sound a lot. So I touched a lot of like samples and like ideas that I wouldn't even have thought of touching, or just been like, nah, I don't like that, I'm not doing it. But, you know, they'll give me like nah, yo, you could do this. Like, if you made this, you could do that. So, you know, that's good. Always have people around you. They'll help you be relevant, you know?
Yeah, that team is like always super important. Like nobody really makes it by themselves. So having those kind of people to have that input for you, like, that's good.
Yeah, nah, you can't. There's no way. No, I couldn't do it. Like I said, Connecticut's so small and nobody likes to help. So if you really don't got that backing up or people to support you, you're not making no moves over here. Like that's just like an ultimate loss. I don't care what you do, how nice you are. If you don't have somebody to share your music or tell someone else, yo, this dude is nice over here, you can't really go nowhere. Like you could be as good as you want. Like maybe that's just me and like my opinion, but you can be as nice as you want. If you don't have no one telling anybody else that or sharing it for you, you can't move. You can't progress. Right. And they helped me do that, you know, because like a lot of them went to school together, and like I ended up going to school somewhere else. So when I came back to town from high school, everybody's kind of like, yo, like where you been? Like you didn't go to high school or blah blah blah. So like now that I regained all those friends, they can like share it out for me, you know, because I didn't have all those friends before. So now that I got them, it's a little bit easier to get my music heard. So yeah, you definitely need that backing and that support from your city.
Right. And I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to like produce the same sound depending on the person. Cause like, you know, if it's a good quality sound, like from time to time, I think certain people can get away with that. Like Mike Will had that song, Bands Will Make a Dance with, Juicy J. And then like he produced another track that was like, it felt like it was almost the exact same track with Rihanna, that Throw It Up. Like it sounded like almost the exact same song, and somehow he pulled it off because like it's a good sound.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. He's a dope artist. Man, that guy, he does anything. Now you got like stuff like Black Beatles, you know, like he changed his sound, like even from the instrumental. So, and that's, you know, due to Ray Sherman. He found some new artists, and that's the type of sound that they're on, you know, and that's what kept him relevant. And that's what I mean by like, you know, my artists are showing me a lot of things I probably wouldn't mess with. And, you know, they kind of help me keep coming up with different sounds and new ideas.
Right. So do you ever have a situation like where, you know, artists pull you in the studio, you work with somebody and they're like, yo, I want you to produce something like 808 Mafia or something like, you know, like DJ Mustard or something like that? You ever have somebody say, make it sound like this? How you feel about that?
Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot. I'll get like, I've actually got that. I've got that DJ Mustard before. They're like, you could make like a DJ Mustard, like a party sound, or like, you know, I'm going for more like that Travis Scott sound. And like, I don't have a problem with it. I prefer to give you my sound and have you run off with it and do whatever you want with it. Cause it's like, if you come to me and you're like, you know, I want that 808 Mafia, I want that, Michael made it, or that Metro. It's like, you know, not that anybody has the money for them right now, or, you know, I don't know the situation, but it's like, then go for that sound, you know, or like look them up or pay for that. Like, I don't want to be them. Like, I need to be me. It's like I said, it's hard to get out of here. So if you being somebody else, it's like, we already got one of those. We don't need another Metro. We don't need another Southside, another DJ Mustard. We need like H0, somebody else fresh and new. So I'm all accepted of that. Like I'll cater to what people think, you know, and I'll try to let me see, not even like copy, but try to create something similar for them because they'll like to have my twist on it. So whenever I do get that, it's more so like this is the sound I'm going for, but throw your twist on it. So like I'm all cool with that, but I do much prefer to, you know, give them my own like vibe and sound and, you know, just have them create off of that.
Right. I mean, like, personally, I don't understand that too much. Like, I'm not an artist though. You know, I feel like the better thing to do, especially if you're an artist, like, if you sounding like somebody else, like, you don't have your own sound, you know what I'm saying? And like coming to somebody like you know what I'm saying? Like, if like, let's say if you make lemonade, you know, and somebody wants Coke, you know, and they come to you like, make me Coke. And it's like, bro, like, you're coming to me because you want Coke because you can't afford the actual Coke. So you want me to make like some RC Cola shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's a perfect example.
So with you producing, like what digital audio workstation do you use? Like what do you have a preference?
I use FL Studio 11. I've been working with that for like a long time. Like I probably started like 9th, 10th grade with that program. At first I was using I don't know what it's called. It was this website where like you could make beats on it and it had like a bunch of loops and everything on it already. I think it was called like Foundation. I don't remember, but I think it might be Foundation. I don't know. I gotta look it up. But they already had like loops on it and stuff. So like I started on that because that was like pretty easy because they already had things mapped out for you. Then you could put in your own kicks. But right now I just use like FL Studio 11 and they got like 12 and that one's like a little bit newer, but I guess I'm just like real old fashioned with it and I kind of refuse to move on to the newer versions. I've just been using 12 for like 3, 4, like 5+ years now. So yeah, I use the FL Studio 11. I got like my, I use a mini keyboard. I use the Akia, the 25 key to like do some of my melodies and just like 808 switches on them. But yeah, just FL, my keyboard, that's it. Those are my two babies besides my girl. I use those two. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, way back in the day, I'm going to age myself for a quick minute. Like, when I was, like, dabbling with production and stuff like that, my homeboy put me on FL Studio 4.
Yeah. FL Studio. It's a movie. It's so easy. Like, the way they have it set up, you kind of can't not learn it, you know? And even in high school, I was using Logic because we had like in the library, like next to the lunchroom, we had like this one room where it was really a studio room. Like it had a mic in there. It had like this long keyboard, a big Mac desktop, and like some nice speakers. So like I would go in there and I would mess with the Logic and just make beats in there. Like, and even you see like people come in from like lunch, and they're like, yo, like lunch started, like you're not about to eat. I'm like, nah, I gotta finish this beat. Like I'll be in there like instead of eating lunch, like at the table, you know. So I was messing with that, and then like it started coming up for a time to like graduate, you know, and get out of there. And I started realizing, I'm like, damn, I do not have a Mac. Like I have a Windows at home. I don't have a Mac. I have a Windows at home. So I told my boy, I'm like, he has like a Windows too, and I'm like, dang, like what's that you're using? He has FL, so he just came over one day for probably like 30 minutes in the night, showed me how to like sample and just like track stuff out. And then he had like slept over because, like I said, I was trying to like learn how to use it, and he slept over and showed me how to work on it a little bit more. In the morning, he showed me like the last couple of steps. Ever since then, I've been doing it by myself. So, you know, shout out to him for that because I probably would have been struggling with that in the beginning. But yeah, I had to get that FL right for having the Windows.
No, I like Fruity Loops for like the ease of use that it has. Like, you know, I've seen Pro Tools before, and like a lot of the, you know, the big producers like use Pro Tools, but it's a lot more expensive and it's more cumbersome, and so it has a higher learning curve, you know. Yeah,
I think it's just that some of those programs to me, I don't, maybe because I'm younger, I don't know. Those are just like time consuming. It's like if you're gonna make the beat, I don't need all that going on. Just show me where the sounds are, how I can lay them out, where I could put my samples, like, and I'm pretty good. And I've been like looking for new like programs. Like I use different like presets. Like I'll use next is to like make my samples, or I've been introduced to Hive by Chill Shump. He's doing that I co-produced that song with Anoyd. He like gave me Hive and showed me how to use some of those presets. But other than that, I stick to FL because it's real basic and it's real easy to learn. So
yeah. And I mean, like some of the bigger guys like actually use Fruity Loops. Like Ninth Wonder, his entire career, he's only used Fruity Loops. He doesn't use Pro Tools or anything like that.
Oh yeah. All my favorite producers, pretty much, they all use them. Like I think Metro uses FL. Sunny Digital, I think he uses FL. 808 Mafia, they definitely use FL. I've been liking a lot of London on track. I've been liking some of his, but he doesn't use FL. But like, yeah, a lot of my favorite producers do use it. So that gives me a better feeling about it because I'm like, they can use it, and I already learned how to use it. Like, I can make something happen out of it.
Yeah. So do you create your own drum packs, or do you like use packs that you find on the internet or something, or do you like sample them from something? I don't even call that sampling, just borrowing.
Yeah. No, I haven't made none of my own kits. I've thought about that, and I've seen people that have done it. I've seen them, like you say, I'm selling this like drum kit, or like I just made my own 808, but I've never been like real into that. I don't know, or I've never think I just wanted to take the time out to do it. Like I probably will one day, like if I find like a real distinctive sound that helps me like flow, because that's probably what I need to happen for me. But I haven't really done that or found that like an interest in mine, but I might do it.
Yeah, I think like some of those guys, like some of the legends, and even some of the regular dudes too, like the ones that are like super obsessive about the music, like Dr. Dre. He's one of those kind of people who uses his own packs and makes his own packs, but he's the kind of person that'll spend 12 hours in the studio to make one beat.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
how long does it take you normally to turn around like a beat from scratch?
Man, before. Or not even before. It could take me anywhere. I wouldn't say it'd take me any longer than like 45 minutes. Like it shouldn't take me no longer than that. But like nowadays, it's just like I always tell people like, no, I don't have to like talk or anything. But you give me like 15, 20 minutes and I'm done. Like I'm straight. Like the beat's done. You can have it. Go ahead. Like it don't take me that long because like I said, I listen to so much music. So once I hear the sample and like it's ran back and it's looped over a couple of times, I kind of make the beat in my head. So I think that's another reason I make beats so fast, because once I hear the sound, I kind of already know what I want to do to it. So once I hear that piano loop or I hear like that synth go back and forth, the beat's already done in my head. I just need to put it down on the computer. So it don't take me that long. I'll probably say like I said, like 15, 20 minutes. But if I'm really, really working on it and I'm trying to make like a different sound or I'm catering to an artist, maybe like 45 minutes, hour.
Okay. Do you do your own mixing, or do you have an engineer for that?
No, I mix down my own instruments. I'm not the greatest at it. I've been trying to like master it a little bit more. Like I've watched like some like YouTube videos. I worked with some producers that mix down their own instruments and stuff like that. But I do all that myself. Like I said, I'm trying to learn everything by myself so that in the long run, all that comes back to me and I don't really have to worry about giving anything to anybody else. Because at the end of the day, you want to be your own artist, and if you could do all that yourself, then that just makes you bigger than whoever's up next, Like, he can make beats all day, but, like, can he fix them up himself? Like, he's going to other people for that. I want to be that talent, like, in myself. So, I try to learn everything I can.
Yeah, because, like, on Planet of the Apes, a couple of songs, I don't know if it was all of them, but a couple of songs, Will Wonder mixed and mastered a lot of those. So, is that, like, one of your go-to guys?
Yeah. He did the vocals. So like I'll mix down like the beats and stuff, but like when it comes to vocals in my recording, because that's like clearly not what I do. Like he did all that, and we had we built a studio kind of like 5-10 minutes away from my house, and he was like, like whenever you guys want to come in the studio, like we're going to be building a studio soon. Like I want you guys in here, because this like when people start to like find out about like, what I'm doing, like based on what the artists I work with and produce beats for, they're like, we definitely want you guys in here, like come in here and work whenever. So we went in there and he's like still learning himself, and that
Mm-hmm.
was the good thing about it too. He didn't really know fully like exactly how to mix and master, but it's like we're all still learning. So if we're all learning, we might as well do it together, you know, and we can go back and forth and let each other know how stuff is sounding. So yeah, he did all that with the vocals. That's all props to him on my vocals, because yeah, I get aggravated and give up trying to mix my vocals. But nah, yeah, well, he's nice when it comes to that. He's still learning, but you know, the tape came out, sounded pretty good. So
yeah, definitely.
I think you did a good job on that.
Absolutely. So do you like have any preferences as far as like equipment goes, like mixing boards or headphones or even like mics or anything like that? Like, do you have like a set, like this is what I use?
Right now, the only thing I use like my regular Beats headphones to like make beats. Like if it's like too late or whatever, because I live like in like a 2-family house with like neighbors downstairs and stuff, so the subwoofer on the floor would be like too overwhelming at times, and it's just loud. So like yeah, exactly. My mom's like, turn it down. She's like, I can hear the 808s. Like they too loud. I'm like, all right, whatever. So like I'll put in like I'll just wear like some regular beat solos to do that, or the mic I use, because I record like at my house a lot too. So like for that tape, we did that like in a little in the studio that we had built. But for like a lot of my other songs or like my singles, I just record those in my room. And that mic is I think it's a Samsung mic. It's like this silver mic that I got off my boy. He's actually the same person that showed me how to use FL. He was like, you know, I'm getting rid of this mic or whatever. I'm trying to buy a better one. Like, I'll give you this one for like $50-$60. And the way I am, I don't really like to hold no idea when I have it. I like to get it like out and down like at that moment if I can. So I was like, yeah, you know, I'll grab that. Like $50-$60 for me to put down my ideas and like, you know, like put down my thoughts whenever I want to. Like, yeah, I'll definitely take that off of you. So I just got like that. It's like, it's a USB mic, so it literally just plugs in like a little USB or like a controller charger or whatever. It goes into the side of my computer. I record on FL also too, so I don't use nothing else to record off of. I record on FL, make my beats on there, and then just use my beats to hear everything out. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Do you prefer to like when you're making your beat, do you prefer to use monitors or you prefer to use headphones?
I prefer to use monitors. Monitors always. I just feel like you can hear everything. Like and the headphones, they kind of like, they don't change the sound, but they give you like this false hearing. Like some things sound louder than others, and then like they're real close to your ear at that. So like you get like drained from having the headphones like tight on your head, and then like you're just hearing it too close. And I don't know. I prefer it to be like a real studio sound. So yeah, definitely monitors over headphones. Okay. I only use headphones like if I really have no other choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely monitors.
And I mean, like, you got a nice little list of people that you work with, though, man. Like Famous Dex, Smokepurpp, Reggie Mills, like Anoyd, Carrington Cash, already talked about them, Leak the Ruler. And then I didn't know you had made anything for 1,000 Band Funny.
Oh yeah. That was like, hey, what was that? That was like probably like early. I think that was like early last year, like January, February, and that shit's crazy because like, the way that was set up, I've been sending him beats for like a while, and like anybody that knows me, like real, like personally, like real close, I've been listening to him for like a long time, and like I always told everyone, I'm like, yo, like I'm trying to start getting like my features. I'm like, I gotta get these people on my beats. I'm like, yo, if I ever get like 1,000 Band Funny, like that'd be mad dope or whatever. And I just like I always said that, I'm like, I don't care if I fail, nobody buys my beats again. I'm like, as long as I get him on the song, like that'd be dope. So I was sending him beats for like probably like a year and a half, like no lie. Like I've been sending him beats for a long time. And one day I hit him up at like off of Twitter on my phone, and I was just like, yo, do you have, and mind you, like I already been like sending beats to like the emails that I like thought were his. There was like 2 different emails I was going back and forth with, and I had like this close dude from Florida that like worked with him a couple of times, so he like gave me an email to work with and stuff. So I just like hit him up one day, and I was like, you know, like, yo, I've been sending you beats. Like, is there an email I can send you beats to? And I was like I said, I already been sending beats to an email, but I just asked him to see if he had like a real one or I could get a correct email to send to.
Yeah.
And he messaged me back and he's like, what's your number? And I was like, oh damn. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to message me back because I've been like tweeting him forever, like song lyrics and all that, and he just been liking them and shit. So I was like, he's like, yeah. He's like, what's your number? So I didn't question it. Like I said, I've been trying to work with him forever. So I just gave him my number, and he texted me, and he was like, this your beat? Like that's all he said. He was like, this your beat, and I played it, and the song was already done. Like he already did the song. Like the song was just finished, and I was in my crib. I was recording one of my I was recording 2 phone scoops. I was recording him rapping and shit, and I was like, yo, bro. I was like, hold on. I was like, I know you're doing this song. I was like, but we gotta stop. Like I gotta play this song right here. So like yeah, so I just checked it, and he's like, yeah, he's like, this your beat, and I played it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, bro, like I'm done. I'm like, I don't care if I don't do nothing else, but I'm like, I got that feature. So that was just one of those things I've been sending him beats for a while, and kind of just waiting for things to happen. So yeah, that's how that one came out.
Okay, that's wild. Is it like a similar kind of situation with like Smokepurpp or Famous Dex? Like, 'cause those dudes are huge.
Yeah, those were a little bit different. They weren't that much different. They were kind of almost the same thing, but those happened through like another reference. So I had met another dude named Reggie Mills, and I'm like, starting to get real close with him. And he's like real close friends with Dex and like just like a lot of like the major artists that I like. And I was sending him beats because he was looking for someone to make beats too. And he was just like taking beats, and I'm like, like he got like a lot of big connections, and people are like, it's always all in the people So I was sending him beats for a couple of like weeks, couple months or whatever, and it was like soon after I got the 1,000 Band Falling thing, and I had talked to him on the phone. He's like, yo, give me a call. So I called him up, and he's like, that beat you sent a little while ago? And I was like, yeah. He's like, Smokepurpp got on it. And I was like, damn, I'm like, that's dope. So like, I honestly, I don't even be knowing, to be honest with you. I kind of just, I send them out, hopefully they get them, listen to them. If they like them, they'll use it. So that's when I talked to him on the phone. He's like, yeah, you can add me and Smokepurpp to your producing credits now because that song's done. So, and that's how that one happened. So I kind of just got the call back from that one. Yeah. It just ended up being like, after sending through so many, they pick one out. So I got that one. Dex, that one, I just got that text like a couple of weeks ago, and I had seen Reggie Mills in the hotel. We were just like chilling and stuff, for my birthday or whatever. I had just visited him in New York, and he was like, what did he say? He was like, oh, I got a new phone. I got a number. Like send me the beats again or whatever. So I sent them through, and then like a couple of like days after that, he's like, yeah, he's like, me and Dex got on, Ace of Zero or whatever, because I like start naming them by numbers and stuff now, just to keep better track of them. So, and that's where that one happened. So hopefully that one will be coming out soon. I don't really have like a lot of info on that one. Like I said, they kind of just come to me. So whenever they release, that's just always a blessing. I don't ever rush it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I think, so I mean, with that, like with that kind of list of production credits that you have, because I mean, a lot of people, they start small or whatever, and I imagine like now you like really starting to tax people a little bit because you got legit credits under your belt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I when I started off, I think I did like, I was doing like $10 like leases, and then I would do like $25 like exclusive, and I was just like off of being local, like trying to get like bread into my pocket. I'm like, I'll at least pay for so and so, and then like I got like some I got like a lot of people around me like yo, like your beats are better than that, like you need to start charging like a little bit more. And this is like when I started progressing, because I even always like, even when I'm selling beats, I kind of try to think of it in like a local like mind state. Like I know all these people either work the same job that I work, or they're not making that much money. So I always do like deals and stuff, or I do like bundle deals on beats. But I jumped the price a little bit after I started, But once like that funny one happened, and then like the Smokepurpp, I'm like, I know my worth now. I can up it a little bit. So that's probably one of the only reasons those went up a little bit, just because it enables me to charge a little bit more. I don't ever want to like downplay myself. My mom always tells me that. She's like, man, you better get your money, blah, blah. So I go off of that.
Okay. I mean, cause like, man, $25, that's crack prices. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's way too cheap for your resume. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yep. And that was when I just started. So.
Yeah. So like, if a rapper or a label or somebody like wanted to reach out to you, like to collaborate, how would they go about doing that?
I've got like a lot of my contact info either like in my bio. So like on my Instagram, I kind of made it like a business page, and you just like connect your Facebook for that or whatever. And I'll never use my Facebook, so I said if it'll put my email on my Instagram, like I'll do it or whatever. So you could either go on my Instagram, my Twitter, or my SoundCloud, and those are all just whatever the site name is /860. And those got my email on them. You could DM me on Twitter if you want, or DM me on Instagram. I'm like real open to working with like a lot of people, so it's really not that hard to get in contact with me, just because I know how hard it is to get in contact with other people. Right. So I try not to make it like the same problem, because like I said, I like to keep that local mindset. Everybody doesn't have that much money, or they're not always working with like the greatest people. So you try to make it like easier for them knowing what you went through to get to where you're at now. So yeah, it's either my Instagram, my Twitter, my SoundCloud, and that's pretty much about it. Other than that, like, unless you have my number to text me. But yeah, anybody, you can reach me on those. Okay.
Like, do you have like a storefront or something like that online if somebody wanted to like listen to your beats to buy them?
Yeah. I stopped putting my beats on SoundCloud just from like people stealing them and stuff like that.
That's
like
not a good idea, Doug. Unless you like got your tags all over it. Like, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly, which I'm not into doing that either, because then they just sound stupid. But I put my beats are all on my track train, and that's where I sell my beats too. So that was like, I got introduced to that. I seen like a lot of people using track train. I'm like, damn, what's that? So like I looked into it or whatever, and they're like invitation only, and it even says that like when you log on to it, it's like track train. Like that, and like invitation only or whatever. So they do it to where you send them beats. I sent them I sent them like 4 of it, and then they kind of just get back to you with like a password code, like if they accept you onto the website. So I guess like they're looking for like a lot of like originality and stuff, because I've seen like people like get denied. They're like, like I sent my beats, like how'd you get it? I'm like, bro, I don't know, like I sent
make that fire. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Like I sent them through, and they gave me the code back to have my own page. So yeah, definitely tracktrain.com/860 where you can like listen to my beats, listen to them for free, and then like if you want to like buy them after that, I got the lease and the exclusive prices on there. And you could go on my track train. There might be like you go on my SoundCloud. My bad. You go on my SoundCloud, and there might be like some old beats on there. But other than that, they're mostly I just put them on my track train. It's like the safest place for me right now. And I can't mess with YouTube. YouTube's like out of the question. I can't do it.
Yeah. So why is that? What's wrong with YouTube?
YouTube is probably the worst place. I don't care what nobody says. I would never put my beats on YouTube. You just in the fact that I've taken so many songs and downloaded them to sample them, like it's that easy.
Oh, yeah.
Like SoundCloud isn't that easy. Like it's easy if you found out what you can use to download a song from SoundCloud without like, if someone didn't make it downloadable, like then you could probably find another website to do it. Like I found like websites to like download stuff from SoundCloud just because like I like a lot of tracks or whatever. But yeah, SoundCloud doesn't make it that easy. But YouTube, people are always like, even if I record somebody at my house, they're like, yo, go on YouTube. Like it's like a free Drake type beat. It's a blah blah blah, and like I just download it for them. So like me knowing I could download that beat for them or that song that they like that much for them, like I know it's that easy to take my beats. So I just stay away from YouTube. Like I can't even. I don't give YouTube a chance for my beats at all.
Yeah, I understand.
Because I've had it happen. So.
Right, yeah, it's super easy. Like just about anything. Like if it's on the internet and it's not protected like properly through like a firewall or something technical like that.
Yeah.
It's like I've done it before. Like just ripping people's
Yeah,
music
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like if you like a track, you're gonna figure out how to get it.
Right.
If you're a rapper, you're gonna figure out how to get that beat. If you're a rapper, like I've even like just you ever like feel like you've been working so long and you're like, all right, let me just search myself up and like and see what happens, like just to see like what progression I'm making. I've done that on SoundCloud, and I'm like, I found a song, and I'm like, what song is this? I'm like, I look and I'm like, it's this dude that got this whole song done to my beats. He's already got like 8,000 plays. I'm like, bro, I don't even know him.
Damn.
Like, so I'm like, dang, and I put that on SoundCloud. So I'm like, I can imagine if I put it on YouTube, like that song probably would have been done. So
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. YouTube can't get my love for beats right now. Maybe like later on, if I get like any like throwaway beats or something like that, then I'm like, all right, whatever. If they want to have this one, like I'll put it up there. But no, other than that, just my track train. That's the safest site for me.
Okay. But I mean, like you did release a beat tape Slave to the Music.
Oh yeah. See, now, yeah, like so for like stuff like that, I'm never opposed to like doing that, just because that's what I did before, and I was like, if I'm not gonna rap, I'll put out beats or whatever, and like if people want to listen to them, and that's just I guess I feel like I'm feeling generous, like people they can listen to them, rap on them, and that just draws more fans for me. It draws more people to like know who I am, like hear my name. So I'll always do stuff like that, like periodically, like throughout months or like throughout the year, just to like it's like a give back type of thing,
Okay.
So like you could take those if you want, because like I know at that point I did it to myself. So like go ahead, take those or whatever. But yeah, no, I'll do that here and there.
Yeah, I mean, because the game, especially on the production side, like it's not the same as a rapper. Like you can't, like people have done it, like where they rip a rapper's verse and like filter out the instrumental kind of and then put it on. But like I think like with instrumentals, like I know of guys, like I ain't gonna call nobody name, but even dudes who use tags, they'll take a producer, download the song, it's got tags all over it, and what they'll do is like they'll isolate the area where the tag isn't playing and then loop that section.
Yeah, and it's that easy, and that's where I get that hate from YouTube. Like if you could download it, then they could figure out to do what they need to do, to rap on it. So, but yeah, no, that's happened. Like I said, I've got one of my beats rapped on, or like even as soon as I did that 1,000 Man Funny song, like, and I only made it I made it downloadable because I tried to like hit him back up, like. Some of those people are like hard to stay in contact with, like him, for example. So I tried to like get back in contact with him to let him know, like, yo, I want to drop it, or like, when can we put it out? But he didn't really say nothing. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just put it out. If he has a problem, whatever, he could contact me. I'll take it down, whatever, and then we could plan out something. But we never really had that problem. So I just put it out, made it downloadable on SoundCloud, just thinking like, if I make it downloadable, then like a lot of people are downloading, like don't listen to it. It'll spread, it'll get bigger. So like once I did that, I checked probably like 3 days later, it's on like 5 different SoundCloud pages. It's like on 5 different YouTube channels. So, knowing that, I probably would have like not made it downloadable just to like keep the views on my page and, draw more attention so I can, reach a bigger fan base. But yeah.
Yeah, Carrington Cash like kind of got that problem bad, dog, especially on SoundCloud. Even songs like you done with him, like one of the, I didn't even know like you were a rapper like that until like I heard that song Grip that you and him did, and then it was like 1 or 3, and I was like, oh wait, this the same dude who produced. Like you got a good flow, dog.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. I just do it out of like fun. Like whenever I feel like I can rap on it, or like a beat is my style, or even with Cash, because like I said, that's like my bro. He just like hit me up like, this time I'm working on it, and like if he don't have like a real idea for it, I'm like, yo, let's just like do it together. So but nah, I'll go back and forth with the rapping. You'll hear like a couple tracks from me. I got like a couple tracks out now, so but I try to stick to the producing mostly.
Are you gonna be releasing like a Planet of the Apes Volume 2 or anything like that? Like I think that would be a good series. I've been thinking about it for the people that have listened to it already. They were like, yo, like you guys doing the number 2. They was like, yo, part 2 gotta come out. And I just been thinking, I'm like part 2. I'm like, I don't even be rapping like that. I'm like, but I might do it. I'm not gonna say
I'm not gonna say no for now. I'll put it like that. I'd say it's a possibility. More like 85% we'll do another one. He's like going through like a little surgery right now, so probably like a little after that, and you know he starts to feel better. We'll probably start working on the part 2 because the one did do really well. So if we could get in and do another one, yeah, no, I'm definitely not opposed to doing a part 2. So that could be a possibility.
Okay. Like dream collaborations, if you could work with anybody, like you can make your list as long as you want to, like Alive or Dead, like producers, rappers, like whatever. Who would you want to work with?
Production wise, I definitely want to work with Metro just in the sense that like I like his style, and I more so want to work with him just in the sense that I just want to see where his head's at, you know, and like get that vibe of how the creative process goes down. Him. I'm big on 808 Mafia just based on like their hi-hats and their versatility. Like they're so versatile, like it's bad. Like so them two for sure. I don't know. Do I have any other producers in mind? I like Molly Raw too. I had like this phase where I was listening to like a lot of Lil Uzi, and like I was like, damn, like Molly Raw is nasty. Like he got his own tone for sure. Like if he was up next before like anything, honestly, I'm gonna keep it like 100. He probably should have been up next before Pierre Bourne. Like Marley Raw came out with a nasty sound that should have like spread way faster than Pierre. But you know, I'm gonna just keep that. That's just my opinion. But yeah, definitely those 3 rappers. I do got a lot of people like on my hit list that I definitely want to work with. I want to work with Ski Mask. I want to work with Trippie Redd. And Made in TYO. Those are like my top 3 people right now. Like, and I listen to like a lot of people, and yeah, mainly those 3. Those are like the beats I've been kind of like making to like cater to. So like those 3, maybe even man, who was it? I just had this. D Savage. I want to work with him. Who else? Probably only those people for now, I guess. I'm like not opposed to working with like bigger artists too, like the Migos and like Uzi and maybe even Playboi Carti. Like I've been trying to shoot some beats to him or whatever. I shot some beats to like Pierre, you know, just for him to rap on. But yeah, probably mainly those people.
I think Carti would like really sound good on your stuff. Like that's like probably the number 1 person in my head. Like to get his thing to the next level, like definitely like working with you would be a good look.
Oh yeah, definitely. I talked to some people that are in touch with him, so like hopefully they could either, you know, help me out, get to him, because he's like he's gone, he's off the chart. So like you know, getting in contact him is a little bit difficult than before. So if I could get that, that'd be real dope. But like I said, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm keep sending these beats out. The strategy I've been working with so far has been working. So we'll see how it's going. But yeah, definitely those people.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to let the people know? Like, go ahead and like plug your socials or anything you got going on next.
Other than like Planet of the Apes 2, Planet of the Apes having part 2, that could be a possibility soon. I got like a lot of singles from like my artists coming out. You can like look out for a lot of like Supreme Kai's music. I got a new song that Two Phone Scoobs is working on. You know, just like I say right now, probably just like look out for my artists because I'm gonna be doing like a lot of producers for them. But definitely follow me on Instagram at 860_. Same thing for Twitter. My track train is tracktrain.com/860, and same thing for my SoundCloud. It's just all my producer name right after it. But other than that, I'll just say look out for like major features, man, because I don't plan on stopping no time soon until I get to where I want to be. So definitely just look out for a lot of major features, hopefully. And then that Famous Dex coming soon. That should be coming real soon. So if anything major to be looking out for, definitely that song. See how the fans feel about that.
Dope, man. Well, this is Troublemaker for BYNK Radio, man. I appreciate the time that you spent with us, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Definitely. We'll get up soon.
Yeah.
Lil Perk. Audi truck, call like 30, 100 bucks. Hit it from the back, in the back of a truck. And I keep it talk. If you test me, test your luck. Always keep a buck. I need a Zan before the salt. She won't fuck me. Niggas wanna duck me. Cause I'm ramming niggas, smacking niggas like it's rugby. Booted out the money, got my trigger finger fun. Bring her to the track, and she say my chick look love. You don't want no small, don't want no vape. Pistol at his temple like a tape. I'm a shark in the tape, smoking on dank. I keep the molly and drink. Wake up and go hit the bank. 30 band jewels, look at the money you playing.
Diamond do the get it for out my face. Private jets, yeah, I'm on my way. Diamond do the get it for out my face. Private jet, yeah, I'm on my way. Diamond dancing, do the Billie Jean. Since it G, young nigga been smoking on pick out on green. Popping it off a beam, but I don't see I no team. Just up me, penthouse views on the top, and she top me. Young Reggie smoking on the perk. She gon' sell the team, shorty put in all the work. Pocket look like Carrington Cash, she in the purse. Why? Tack, sippin' lean until it hurt. Hey, you don't want no base, any boy put you in a hearse. Hey, pistol to your face, diamonds get taken off your shirt. Hey, pussy boy do talking when we see you, you get murked. Hey, Low Reg get that bag. Ooh, Low Reg got that swag. Ooh, Low Reg told that glow. Ooh, Low Reg fuck your hoe. Ooh, Low Reg he a boss. Ooh, Low Reg take no loss. Ooh, Low Reg he a mogul. Low Reg get it global. Lip her that my bro. Counting yen from Tokyo. Ooh,
you don't want no small, don't want no vape. Pistol at his temple like a tape. I'm a shark in the tape, smoking on dank. I keep the molly and drink. Wake up and go hit the bank. 30 band jewels, look at the money you playing.
Diamond do the get it for out my face. Private jets, yeah, I'm on my way. Diamond do the get it for out my face. Private jet, yeah, I'm on my way.